Super Design, a database of very necessary inspiration. This Super Design module is structured to help you easily find the most beautiful design examples from around the web. So whatever design element you're working on for your website, you can instantly see attractive opt-in forms, social proof, 404 pages, related articles at the bottom of posts or on home pages, data tables, graphs, charts, headers, and so much more. So whatever you're working on, I want you to have beautiful examples of that easily accessible. Now, if the truth be told, my biggest fear with this module is that it kind of just looks like some lazy screenshots when you click on any of the categories, but the truth is that couldn't be further from the truth. So let me just give you a real world example. A few months ago, I came across this website, Eat This, Not That, eatthis.com. And to me, I don't know about you, but it just kind of felt like any other health, cooking, food related website. Not particularly bad in any way, just not particularly special either. And then when I went to the homepage after clicking around, I saw this: 110 million annual readers, 7,000 recipes, 7 million nutrition books sold. And for me personally, that just dramatically changed how I viewed the website. This brand is huge. Tons of people come here. They must have been around forever. They're obviously in the publishing space as well. Just totally changed my view of the entire brand. And that's kind of the point of everything that's included here in this Super Design module. You might have to click on some of the examples to really get them. The screenshot probably won't do every example justice, but every example made me feel differently, and that's why it's included. And just in case you do miss the links, you'll see this little icon next to everything. That is the link to every example. Don't always know if they'll always be online. That's why we have the screenshots, but you might have to click on some just to feel what I feel when I see them on a page. So I promise every single example had some kind of impact to me. It made me feel different about a website. And I can also promise that I didn't have to think, oh, we got the social proof category. Oh, we have the opt-ins form, call to action category. I need to go and find some examples around the web. That did not happen whatsoever. Just as some proof of this, even though we're doing this years later now, it's an example here from Alex in our SEO Blueprint group. He said, what are some great examples of websites killing it with typography and styling and so on? And again, this is a few years ago now. Back in 2009, I made sure to highlight the date there, or have someone send me the screenshot with the date highlighted. And you can see I literally have a screenshot of me organizing social proof and related articles and opt-in forms and all that kind of thing, footers, headers, whatever it may be. I have been collecting this kind of stuff for a really, really long time. Literally years and years before I'm sharing it with you now. And it's not always just random public things I see again. I'm not trying to fill in these numbers. I'm just, when I do something online, I add it to the list. Or when I find something interesting online, I add it to the list. So as a real world example here on seekingalpha.com, this is their sign up page. I absolutely love the social proof. Not necessarily for the social proof itself, but the fact of where it is and it's on this like, we want your payment information. I think this is great. Social proof in how many subscribers they have, social proof in how much stocks have gone up since they recommended them, and so on. I think it's fantastic. But for me to get the screenshot, as far as I know, you can only see this when you're logged in. I may be wrong about that, but it was certainly the case when I found it originally. And I actually had to go through their checkout process. It's not just like a pop-up on the page or something. I had to actively decide, I'm curious about signing up. What does that look like? And then I saw that. So just to clarify again, not a single item, even though it may look like lazy screenshots, I promise that isn't the case. Not a single item was added because I kind of want to fill up a category. That's exactly why, at least at the date we are launching this, there are only 4 examples in the buttons category, and only 3 of them are on actual websites. One of them is how to kind of design your own buttons. I just don't really see that many great buttons around the web. That's why I could go and find some, I could go and fill that up, but that's not really how this was created. So for example, this button, I think this was fantastic. This website is about focus and productivity when you can't actually read the button until you hover over it. I think that is genius. I think that's smart. I think it's remarkable. For me, that is not your standard button. So I don't just want to show random generic stuff. I want to show the cool stuff that you don't really see anywhere else. So before I let you continue, before I let you start clicking around, I should note that ugly, quote unquote ugly, everyone has their own viewpoint of what is beautiful and what doesn't look great. They can perform and rank very well. Lots of unattractive websites are making a lot of money. Super Design, I would be lying if I told you otherwise. Super Design, having beautiful websites, is not a prerequisite for ranking and picking up links. Just for me personally, especially after looking at over 1,000 websites, over 1,500 websites, reviewing them, doing video audits, and just not remembering many of them, I just really have a strong belief that great design gets talked about, adds trust, is something people remember, and helps you pick up more links. And if that's what you're looking for, I will do my best to help. And I'm not even suggesting you do more than what you typically do. So we have an opt-in form here. To me, I think this is a missed opportunity. If I was like, I'm not being insulting to the website here. It's actually one of the top websites in the coffee space as far as I know. I just think it's a big missed opportunity where the big call to action for their newsletter just says free newsletter. Like, they've taken the time to create this, put the words there, design it, fit it in the sidebar. I would have made that more special. Because opt-in forms do get talked about. People do like them. They do invoke different reactions. You can make an opt-in form that makes people look twice, want to share it with the world, and actually be more enticed to opt in to what it is that you have on offer. In other words, if you're going to do something with the pixels, if you're going to have an opt-in form, if you're going to have related articles, if you're going to have a header, if you're going to do something with those pixels, you may as well make them super. I know that is super cheesy, but it's genuinely how I feel. So at launch, as we're sharing SEO Blueprint Super Pixels with the world, we have 164 examples. 50 of those are kind of overall websites where I think just clicking around everywhere is really fun and they're really beautiful and really interesting. 110 or 114 right now are very specific examples, but we will keep adding to this. So anytime you're working on something, you know you can always come back to a category, see a lot of examples, recent examples that we really like, that you can get ideas and inspiration from. Keep an eye on the changelog for that. But for now, let's make some prettier websites.